Welcome back to NC Bass, and today we're on Lake Norman. I was just here 2 days ago and got skunked for the first time ever. It was terrible. This year's been tough so far. I've been skunked at a pond, skunked at Lake Norman, got poured on, rain, storm, could not get a bite. It probably got in my head, made the bite really tough, but the fish wouldn't bite for some reason. The water was still low then, but the water's came up. It's come up like a foot. It was like 96.1, now it's like 97.1. The water's come up a lot. It's definitely got stained. It was supposed to be sunny, but it's getting cloudy now. I've only caught one fish this year, and that was on a New Year's Day tournament at Lake Hickory, and it wasn't even a keeper. That's the only fish we caught all day. It was a tough day then. This whole year has been off to a bad start. But today we got pretty good conditions. I love when the water's rising and muddy, and it's like spring weather right now. I mean, it's like 68 degrees, warm as can be, and it should be warming the water up. But I'm hearing the fishing's tough. I thought it might make the fish think it's about time to spawn or something, but I guess it's just scatter the fish. But hopefully we can catch some big ones. This is when the big ones bite. These guys are making it look easy on a winter trail, catching a bunch of big ones, but it's always tough for me to catch a big one at Lake Norman. But see if we can get a pattern, see how it goes. I'll put chatterbait on. I like this color. Oh, my first cast of the day. Are you kidding me? Camera on? First cast of the day. I'll take that.
14. Probably right on.
Right at it, yeah. Probably the biggest fish I've caught this year so far. First cast. Literally the first cast. Look at that. We're just nailing them. I got a leaf. That's the only reason I didn't catch one on my second cast. He's not big, but there's one on the swim bait.
Come on, buddy.
He's not done. We're looking at 59.3 degree water back here. Oh my God. Dude, I know that hurt.
And I got a fish.
No way. Oh my. Dude, are you all right? Well, the goal for today was to catch one over 2 pounds for both of us. So we'll see what this one. We're on the fish though. He's been marking these right here. Had to bring somebody with me to catch fish. Oh, he's decent. He's a keeper. He ain't 2 pounds though.
Probably close to 15.
14 and a half probably.
Yeah.
Finally got one back here. Thought we'd come all the way back here for nothing. We have not been getting anything. A little largemouth, of course. It's a largemouth spot. He ain't big, but the underspin strikes again.
Just a little bit bigger.
There we go. I'll sail all the way down there. Oh God. Oh yeah. Jig fish. Nah. Man, he smoked it. He ain't that big, dude. He's a keeper though. Finally, I was starting to think I had the jinx the first cast fish. It's been a couple hours. And there's a decent one right there. And he hammered that jig. He hit it so hard I thought he dropped it for a second. Luckily this time I didn't peg him in the head like the last jig bite I had. I'll throw him in the well, maybe through the pitcher. Back on the roadbed spot. That's not bad. He got ticked twice before he got this one. These fish are so white in this mud. We just seen like a 2 pound bass cruising for some reason, probably getting ready to spawn. There's a solid fish, keeper. On the underspin again. Underspin's out fishing the crank for sure. Nice one. Well guys, midday update. We got about an hour until dark. I've caught 2. He's caught about 6. That underspin is killing me, and it's muddy water, but he's just dragging on the bottom, and that's what's getting bit. They don't really want the crankbait. I got one on the crankbait. We went towards 150 when I caught the one on the jig. The water's a lot cleaner up there, but back here in Stumpy, the water's real muddy, but there's bait back here, there's fish back here. But once it gets dark, we know they'll be on the lights. They'll hopefully catch a bigger fish. The goal for today was catch one over 2 pounds. We haven't got that yet. We got two that are probably about 1.5 pounds. Nothing big, but hopefully we can get on some bigger fish when it gets dark. Let's see how it goes. God, my drag was too low. Yep. I'm trying to set my drag. God, my first fish on this rotten end. It is going. My drag was so low. That must have been what hit top just now. He's a giant. Fish on, boy.
Hold him out. Hold him out.
Finally. Had to downsize to a little swim bait. It's almost dark. Missing fish left and right. Missed on the crankbait. He just missed one on the scrounger head. He had it. I was just dragging on the bottom. It's muddy, dark, but these fish still won't finesse. They will not hit moving baits. I mean, they're still moving baits, but I mean, they're still finesse. Tiny little 4-inch Kitech. There's one. Right where he should have been. He's not big. My trolling motor was coming. I had to get. Not terrible. Spot. I couldn't tell what he was. That's what happens when you let him take it. Choked it. I let him have it. He just halfway digested it. There's a 15, maybe 15.5 incher. Nothing huge, about like the one I caught earlier. Maybe 1.5 at the most. That might be my biggest fish of the year. Right here in this little Kitech, 1/4 ounce rot bait's head. And there's one right there. Yep. Yes, sir. He's a baby. Well, as usual, it's been dark for 5 minutes. I've caught more at nighttime than I have the whole 5 hours of daylight. He's not big, but we'll take him. These fish will not bite crankbaits and jigs, just finesse baits. And Ned rig bass. Another little spot. Well, camera wasn't even going. Just got one on the minima jig. He's close to 2. If he was a little fatter, he's probably like 1.8. Biggest fish of the day. On the minima jig. Trying to light behind the camera thing, see if I can make these night videos work. I think this fish bit it twice. Second time he bit it and just had it coming at me. I didn't get a good hook set on him. See if this light situation. He's super tiny. Backlash my jig rod, pull out the Kitech and Dink City. Fish. Oh my, he pulled it off the rock for me. I was hung up. I'm telling you, the more you move it, the less you catch. He pulled it off the rock for me. Appreciate it, fish. Decent one. Always one at the boat ramp. Definitely just an average fish, probably 14 inches. That was weird. Well guys, we're calling it at 8 o'clock. They're definitely biting better at nighttime. If you were to stay out here all night, you could probably catch a lot of fish. The day was tough. The first cast, a fish on the first cast, bad luck might be true. I caught one on the first cast, and then get one for about 2.5 hours, and then caught one more on a jig. I only caught 2 all day in the daylight, and then caught like 5 after dark. They're definitely biting better after night, after dark, and they're in the lights. If you guys want to come out here and night fish, you probably catch them. But a big cold front's coming in. He was whooping my butt with the underspin, dragging on the bottom real slow. Even in the mud, I wouldn't consider throwing an underspin in the mud, but apparently it works. These fish did not want to like chase bait. I really want to get on a crank and bite, but I could not get on a crank and bite today. They just wanted like a swim bait real slow on the bottom, or a jig dragging it real slow. They didn't really want to bite moving baits, but it was a decent day, a way better day than I've been having. Next week it's going to be a major cold front, so it might make the fishing tough. I might not even fish next week. It's been real slow lately. I'm looking forward to, hopefully we'll get some cold weather come in and these fish will get stabilized and the water will get stable and these fish will actually get on a pattern, and then maybe pre-spawn I'll start actually catching them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.